Hey, yo, what up, y'all? It's your man, Randy Riggs, and I'm hanging out with a very special guest. I got my brother, Chef Theo, in the building. Chef, what's good?
How you doing, man? Appreciate the love. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no doubt indeed, man. Yo, had to get you on the show. Because, man, I'm just, knowing you personally, man, and your passion for food and cooking and seeing how you juggle school, fatherhood, and again, your passion for food, man, it's very inspiring to me. So I was like, yo, I gotta sit down with this brother and, just get to know Chef, man.
I mean, you my man's. Whatever you want to know, I got you.
Word. So yo,
I'm just glad to be on the show, bro.
okay. And for our listeners out there, man, if y'all got a love for food or you've been thinking about getting into food, whether you watch your TV shows or you genuinely just get in the kitchen and experiment, this show right here, man, it's all about this young man and how you got into. When did you get into food, man? Was it when you enrolled in the school and at Western, or had you already been in the kitchen?
I mean, my first job was a pizza place, so you know what I'm saying. I was 14, I didn't even have a worker's permit, so I was working under the table, getting paid cash. So you know what I'm saying. Like, I always like working with my hands and making food and stuff.
Was it like the authentic pizza shop? Did you have to roll the dough and?
Oh yeah, you had to make the dough from scratch. You know what I'm saying. Yeast, water, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying. Let it sit, fermentate and everything. So. Like, I don't know, I was young, but it was a good experience. And, like, now that I'm older, I see all the stuff that he used to tell me that I didn't want to do.
Okay.
I see why it was so important now. So, it's kind of like, it was a good learning experience, but.
So, in a way, you almost had a mentor.
Yeah, he was a good dude, honestly, yo. I mean, he's a real good dude. To this day, I still talk to him. I even introduced my kids to him.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the first person that ever came to me and said they seen potential.
Word.
And I ain't gonna say the first person, but the first person who ever agreed to put up their own money for my life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, he told me, he said, I'll pay for you to go to college only if you go to Virginia Tech. He loved Virginia Tech.
Oh wow! Okay.
Both of his daughters went to Virginia Tech and graduated. He went to Virginia Tech and graduated. His wife went to his wife went to Virginia Tech and graduated. So it was like, he said, you go to Virginia Tech, you go 4 years. He said, I'll pay 2, but you got to work for the other 2.
Word, okay.
He said, if you go for 2 years, I'll pay 1, but you got to work for that other year.
Okay.
That's the only thing I regretted.
Man. But at least you got the opportunity to meet him, work with him, and be inspired by him.
Yeah.
To go on.
I learned a lot from him.
Word. Yo, so just, coming from, grew up in Northwest Roanoke, right?
Well, I grew up a little bit of everywhere.
Word,
so, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was kind of raised in, like, every project there is, from Carew to Lansdowne to Southwest to everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Lincoln Terrace. Like, I grew up in all of them, but then I got adopted, so I ended up moving to the country up in Pulaski County. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I grew up everywhere.
Got you. But pretty much from the New River Valley, the area, man, and actually preparing yourself to do some great things, man.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You again in Virginia Western.
Yeah.
But you got graduation coming up real soon, right?
Yeah, in a few months. Kind of nervous.
Oh, and what's the program? I forgot to.
It's the Al Pollard program.
Okay, Virginia West. Shout out to Western too.
Yeah, shout out to Virginia West. They just gave me a scholarship too.
Okay.
So, either I can further my education or I could just take the money and put it used to something that I'm doing, valuable and important, probably towards my business or something.
No doubt, man. That's a blessing, yo. So how in the world do you pull it off? Juggling, school, cooking, work, being a single father. Like, yo, man, it takes a lot to juggle these things, but I see you doing it.
I mean, it's hard, but I guess I mean, it's a lot of things that I got going on that keeps me moving. You know what I mean? As far as like my kids, they keep me moving. Like, cause I'm the role model, so I gotta. They're gonna follow me. They're gonna follow my lead, and they looking like little sponges, soaking in everything I'm doing. So like, if I'm going to college, they're gonna be like, "Shoot, my daddy went to college. I want to go to college." You know what I'm saying?
They see it firsthand.
Yeah.
And speaking of, how old are your son?
11 and 12, man. 11 and 12,
man. And I'm gonna tell y'all, yo, I stopped by Chef's house one day. The boys was in the kitchen cooking, man. I was like, yo, I mean, and it ain't your basic, just your ramen noodles. The boys was in there getting down, man. So I'm like, yo, hats off to you, Chef, for definitely being a role model, man. That's like,
I try, man.
So much needed. A good, positive role model in the boys' lives.
Yeah, I try. Like, you know, I actually have an older son, you know what I'm saying? And I used to coach every sport he played. If he was playing that sport, I'm coaching his team. Man, I want to make sure he get coached right. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, there was other coaches around, but they always was just like, yo, he know what he talking about. Let him do him. You know what I'm saying? So.
Man, it's a beautiful thing to see, yo. So again, take my hat off to you. What you planning, man, for after graduation? Then, boom, school is, you got that notch under your belt. Where can we find Chef in the future?
Well, I'm working on a lot of things right now. I'm just trying to focus on finish this last semester because I have internship, which is making my situation a little harder.
Okay.
Because it's bad enough I'm already going to school, I'm working, taking care of my kids. Then, you know, I'm doing my other stuff like interviews, podcasts, you know, doing stuff for the community or whatever, like trying to help people out when they need food or whatever. But
doing your music.
Yeah, my music. It's hard. So now, being that I got intern, it's kind of like I got to get another job. I got to work like 120 hours within 2 months. And I gotta work this. I gotta work it for free. You know what I mean? So that's like, wow, like how am I gonna fit all of this in? And it's even rough when like you try to get in a relationship and you don't have enough time for that girl, and she think, well, you cheating? Yeah, I'm cheating on you with school. I'm cheating on you with the books.
Just be like, yo, babe, trust me, you'll thank me later.
Oh, bro, you know how many times I tried that? That does not work.
But yo, man, I mean, it's motivating, it's inspiring, you know, to see you doing your thing, and sticking with it, yo.
I appreciate it, yo. I appreciate it.
For real, man. Yo, no doubt indeed. You know, we definitely gotta have you back on the show in the near future, man. Find out how graduation went and where people can come and get some of them dishes you be putting together, man.
Always, man. Just let me know, yo.
No doubt indeed.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the love, bro. For real. Glad to be on the show.
Hey, no doubt, y'all. Just remember where you heard it right here on the 540 Radio Show. Let's grow.